Great. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our This is Public Health Graduate School Mini Virtual Fair. My name is Alicia Cuyate. I am the enrollment manager here at ASCPH, and I'm pleased to have our 7 exhibitors here with you today to share more about their schools, programs, and much more. So we are going to have a Q&A portion of this presentation after we hear from every exhibitor today. So just a reminder that there is a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen, most likely, where you can type in questions at any point during the presentation. The more general it is, the more likely we are to cover it at the end towards that Q&A portion. So do remember to type anything in there if you have any curiosities during the presentation. Since this is a meeting, since we're going to have breakout rooms at the end during the second hour, I do want to remind you all that you can change the layout of your presentation just to be able to see whatever presenter is speaking or just have a more narrow view, because I know that sometimes a lot of people are in here and it's a little hard to find out who's talking or who's up next. So that is an option. I'm going to leave this on the screen for just a few minutes in case anyone is interested in updating their Zoom layout. Okay, and now to the good stuff. These are the presenters we're going to have today. As I mentioned, there's going to be 7 presenters from each of these schools on here. All are ASCPH members. They're fantastic presenters. They have lots of great stuff to share with you. So without further ado, we can go ahead and get started with Columbia.
Great, thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, hopefully everyone can see this okay. Welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I'm the Assistant Director for Admission and Recruitment, and I'm here to speak to you about Columbia Public Health's degree programs. We have celebrated our 100-year anniversary back in 2022. So a few months into the next 100 years already. And for the past 100 years, we have been making millions of lives around the world longer and healthier. So a little bit about the School of Public Health. We're located in Washington Heights. So we're on the CUYMC Medical Center. We're joined by other professional programs such as dental, occupational therapy, nursing, and the School of Physicians and Surgeons, so our medical school. And the School of Public Health is about 1,800 students total. So we are the largest group up at CUYMC. We have folks coming from over 39 states and territories. We have 29 unique countries or students from countries coming to us. And about 41% of our students, almost 42, are non-US citizens. About 50% enter with previous work experience. So on the next slide, when I talk a little bit more about the degrees that we offer, you'll see that some of them really are compatible with folks who might be coming directly from their undergraduate or only have a year or 2 of work experience. We do offer funding to our students. Anyone who is admitted to the Columbia School of Public Health is automatically reviewed for funding, and about 30% of the students who matriculate are awarded funding. And we have incredibly strong career outcomes. 96% of graduating students are employed within 6 months or continuing their education. So we offer 5 different degree programs: an MPH, so the Masters of Public Health, an MHA, which is a Masters of Healthcare Administration, and an MS program, as well as 2 doctoral degrees. I'm going to spend most of my time speaking about the MPH as it is the largest. About 80% of the folks who enroll at Columbia Public Health are coming in for one of our MPH programs. So when you apply through SOPHIS, you're not only going to choose a degree, but a program type, whether it's a 2-year full-time, accelerated, dual, online option. We do have a couple through the MS and advanced MPH online. And those 2-year programs are really going to be the ones that are catered to those who might be coming directly out of undergrad or maybe have that 1 or 2 years of experience. So in addition to the degree and the program, you definitely want to also research a department, because that department is going to be reviewing your application. So getting familiar with the names listed here: biostatistics, environmental health, epidemiology, health policy and management, population, family health, and socio-medical sciences. These are our primary departments. So really the folks that you would want to get to know. We'll have plenty of opportunities starting this summer and into the fall for you to connect. And we do already have some videos from this previous fall, the fall of 22, up on our website. So you can always look back at those. We also have a general public health program, which is still accepting applications. This would be in an accelerated or dual format. They also have a little bit of a requirement, as many of the programs who are still accepting applications do. That'd be a work requirement or educational requirement. But generally our deadlines to apply are December 1st. That is the final deadline for PhD and DRPH, and the priority deadline for all other programs, and January 15th is our final. I want to quickly highlight these programs here. They are still accepting applications through June 1st. So there's time to submit through SOFIS and to get us all of your materials. I'm happy to talk more about these programs in our breakout room. Just a quick screenshot there. And then to wrap up, we do have a couple of information sessions that will be happening this week and next. So tomorrow, Wednesday the 19th, if you're in the New York area, our executive MPH, MHA, and MHA part-time programs will be hosting an information session on campus. So you'll get to meet them in person. You can register using the link there. And then next week, next Friday, our general public health program is going to be doing a general session on the accelerated NPH and advanced NPH online. And that will be held virtually. So we hope you can join us. My contact information is also on this slide, as well as a QR code if you'd like to share your contact information with us, and then we can enroll you in any of our mailings and let you know about upcoming events and information on your program of interest. So thank you so much. I look forward to speaking with you more, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues at Cornell.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Adrian Gutierrez, and I'm here with the Cornell Master of Public Health program. We are now accepting applications for this fall. So if you want to make a positive impact and improve health and well-being, let us know, and we're here to help you. Can you all see my screen, first of all? Yes, all right, thank you.
Yeah, we can see.
All right, so here at Cornell, we understand that public health is a part of all of us, and it's really all around us. There is a dire need for public health practitioners who are able to understand, identify, and solve the greatest challenges of our time. We're seeing that climate change is driving risk and vulnerabilities. Unsustainable environmental use is impacting the emergence of new infectious diseases. Systemic social and environmental injustices compound health impacts the most vulnerable populations. So we need to change the status quo. And our strategy is simple. Our strategy is to, oh, I'm getting an error here. What's happening? All right, I'm just gonna keep going. I think that was just, and our strategy is simple. So it's to develop public health leaders who take a systems-based transdisciplinary approach to addressing improved local, regional, national, and/or international health issues, and in doing that, changes the status quo. So Cornell public health leaders collaborate to create environments or conditions where people thrive. We prioritize prevention to reduce morbidity, mortality, and burden. We support population health systems that ensure equitable access to resources and services, paying close attention to the social determinants of health, environment, education, economics, community cohesion, healthcare. And in doing so, we lead change and change the status quo. So come join us. So why Cornell? We have a One Health or planetary approach, and pretty much, that approach states that humanity's greatest challenges stem from the unsustainable ways that we interact with the environment and the inequitable ways that we interact with each other in different communities. We also have small class sizes intentionally, because that allows for team-based learning, where we provide you with focused attention to developing your skills and competencies. We give you personalized training and a custom tailored curriculum. This is also where small teams of students do hands-on work with a faculty partner and an external partner. We have 94 full-time students in the program, so that's how small the class size is. 80% comes from what we call priority population or underrepresented communities, low-income first generation, military, rural. 48% of the student body is international, 52% is from the US, and we do this to promote equitable and sustainable advancements in health and well-being in different communities. And this is how we're dedicated to producing the public health leaders of the future. So how do we produce leaders? We have an amazing interdisciplinary faculty. We have 30 plus core faculty and staff members in the MPH program alone. And we have 50 plus partner faculty from across Cornell, the main campus, and EPIC and the different colleges, but also Weill Cornell Medicine, the medicine school in New York City, taking part in our MPH instruction, activities, research, and practice to advance public health. We also have 100 plus public health collaborators from around the world. We have an integrated curriculum designed to develop strategic skills and quantitative sciences such as biostatistics, epidemiology, social sciences, communication, policy, leadership, professional methods, assessments, policy, quality management, and of course, public health sciences, food systems, nutrition, emergency preparedness and response. And lastly, our team is committed to an engaged learning approach. And this is how you develop strategic skills, right? We focus on your skills and core public health competencies. And this is pretty much how you learn the practice of public health by working on real world data and problems, and also contributing to public health organizations. And this is how you create and lead change, how you create a community of practice where we push each other to grow and improve in both traditional public health knowledge areas, but also in professional competence, soft skills, emotional intelligence. So program details, we're located in the beautiful Finger Lakes region of New York State, Ithaca, New York. We have 2 options of study. We have a standard 2-year program and also an accelerated program. We have 2 options of study, infectious disease epidemiology and food systems and health. I'm also very happy to say that we are developing new programs in various aspects of health, well-being, and environment, including emergency preparedness and response. In terms of admissions, it's pretty simple. SOFAs is where you're going to upload all of your application materials, so transcripts, resume, personal statements, statement of intent, 3 letters of recommendation. If you are an international student, then transcript evaluation from WES, TOEFL or IELTS scores, and the supplemental Cornell Quick application. The GRE is optional for this academic cycle, and our deadlines are right here. So we are now accepting applications for the standard program with a deadline of May 15th. So there is still time. And cost and funding, we have a tuition fee per semester of $21,344, but we also have funding opportunities available to students. We have a Global Game Changer Scholarship, which is a partial tuition reduction intended to cover up to 20% of the total tuition cost. There is no added fees to the tuition, no technology fee, no books and supplies, everything is included. And we also have a fellowship, so make sure you talk to me about that. And lastly, I would like to introduce you to my team. So Benjamin Parker is our manager of student services. Katie Lesser is our amazing student services assistant, and that's my contact information. Also, social media is a good way to keep up, and stay in touch with the program. So we are at Cornell MPH on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And now I'm gonna pass it on to my colleague at Dartmouth.
Hi, yes, thank you. My slides. Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, first of all, everyone, thank you so much for being here today. We're really excited to have you as our guest today. And regardless of where you end up pursuing a career in public health, is a very commendable choice. So thank you for your dedication to help the world. Today, I'm here to talk specifically about Dartmouth's MPH programs. What we offer is a personalized education. And so at Dartmouth, we want to bring education to you and present it in a way that is meaningful and fits into your long-term career goals. So we offer 2 residential accelerated programs, one being our residential Matches of Public Health program that starts the end of July. Your very first day in class would be July 31st if you were joining this incoming cohort this summer, with graduation being June 7th of 2024. Throughout your time on campus across those 11 months, it's broken into 4 quarters. You'll still have plenty of opportunities to pursue research through practicum experiences, electives, and seminar series where we bring in guest speakers from around the world. You'll also be able to fulfill some of your elective requirements at graduate programs outside of the medical school. So even though your diploma is actually granted from the Geisel School of Medicine, you're able to take some cross-listed courses with the Tech School of Business, such as biotechnology, as well as Bayer and Geisel School of Medicine. Now, if going back to school full-time is something that doesn't fit into your professional career, we do offer a 22-month online hybrid MPH program. So in the same amount of time as a traditional MPH program, we just require 3 annual weekly visits to campus. So what that looks like is Sunday is a travel day. We will book all of your accommodations and take care of your meals while you're on campus. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are full academic learning days. We're bringing in guest speakers. You're meeting the faculty that are teaching your courses, which, by the way, you're taking only one course at a time in order not to divide your attention across too many different fields, given the fact that this program is designed for working professionals. So we understand you have a life outside of academia. But then Thursday is a half day where we really try to wrap up, send people back feeling inspired and ready to apply what they're learning in the classroom in a real world setting. And so we do that 3 times a year for a total of 6 visits during the program's length. And then the only other synchronous piece would be a 90-minute Zoom call that is held every Thursday. Now we survey our incoming cohorts to decide when that would best overlap with the majority of lunch hours. And then we work from there. But again, as I said, you're taking one class at a time, but all of those deadlines stay consistent. If there's any sort of assignment that is due, that's always due Sunday nights, that Zoom call, regardless of what course you're taking, if it's child maternal health or biostatistics or health policy, you're taking, you'll have that Thursday call the same time throughout the entire 22 months. And you still have the option to pursue the practicum experience. The applied practice experience is something similar to an internship. And then the integrative learning experience is similar to a master's thesis or a capstone. Finally, we have a residential 11-month MS in healthcare research. This is really a great stepping stone for those that want to go on to a PhD program. This allows you to build a great foundation of analytical and research skills. There's a lot of overlap with the cohort of our MPH residential students. In total residential, we welcome about 60 students each year. So very small cohorts that allows for us to share our resources that we have, and meaning you get more individualized attention for your learning. So what makes Dartmouth special? Dartmouth has a generalist-based curriculum, meaning we are offering a very comprehensive public health education. This allows our students and alum to pursue those subfields of public health of their choosing, but it also allows for flexibility for you to change your mind in the future and pursue another subspecialty in the public health field. Again, we are an accelerated program that offers flexible delivery options. You'll still have those options to do practical research and applied practice. And our alumni network is second to none. As a Dartmouth student and alum, you are welcome to join the full Dartmouth Alumni Network, which connects you with people all over the world. I'm going to leave the screen up for just a moment before I pass it on to my colleague. This is our email and our phone number. We're always happy to stay connected. My colleague Mia will be in the breakout session later this afternoon with me. There's a QR code on the screen if you want to learn more about our application. But now I'm going to pass it on to Trisha with Des Moines.
Hello. Okay. Share my screen with you. Sorry, I'm having a glitch here. Let me try again. I'm so sorry. It's not coming up for me. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so I am from Des Moines University. We are located in Des Moines, Iowa. Our Department of Public Health houses our online degree programs, and you can see that we do offer a Master of Healthcare Administration, Master of Public Health degree, and then we also have graduate certificates in both Executive Healthcare Leadership and Public Health Practice. I'm going to focus on the public health related degrees today. So a little bit about Des Moines University. We are an actual physical location in Des Moines, Iowa. We are a graduate health science focused university. So we do have a College of Osteopathic Medicine, a College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, and then also our College of Health Sciences. We offer one-on-one advising for our online students. So you will be assigned that advisor who will follow you throughout your time in the program and is a great resource for you. We have hands-on resume building experiences built into the program, which I will talk with you about. There are networking opportunities with our alumni and other professionals in the field built into the program. And our faculty are leaders in the field as well as connected to many leaders in the public health field. So our public health program is 100% online. It can be completed in as little as 2 years. It is 42 credit hours total, and it does include an applied practice experience and integrative learning experience. One of those is an internship that can be completed in whatever location you are currently in, and that is applying all the skills you learned into an actual public health setting. And then the other is a project of your choosing. You choose that topic and again, applying those concepts that you've learned throughout the program. Here you can see our required core and culminating courses. We do have specialty areas to choose from, which I will go over here shortly, but there are 24 core courses and 5 credits of culminating courses, and then your concentration area will be 13 credits. And, our 3 concentrations are public health practice, public health administration and policy, and health education and promotion. If you know what concentration you would like to pursue ahead of time, that's completely fine. If not, you can start with those general courses and then talk with your advisor about what concentration makes the most sense for you. And this also lists some different locations that you may work in depending on what you're interested in. Qualifications. We do require a completed bachelor's degree, typically around a 3.0 GPA, strong writing and technical skills since this is an online program, and we are looking for that leadership potential. Our application process is through the SOFIS service. We require official transcripts, statement of purpose, a resume, a TOEFL, possibly for international applicants, and then 3 letters of recommendation as well. We do offer a dual degree with the Master of Healthcare Administration program. After you complete 9 credit hours in the public health program, if this is something you'd like to pursue, you can apply with a direct application. It is 78 hours total for the dual degree. There is some overlap between the 2, and this can be completed in as little as 3 years. I mentioned before that we do offer the Graduate Certificate in Public Health Practice. This is a 15 credit hour certificate that can be completed in 1 year. So if you are looking to kind of see if you want to pursue the MPH degree, this is a great start for you. If you apply and are accepted to the full MPH program, these 15 credits can be transferred over to that degree program, and you'll have a good start into that full MPH program. The application process is a little different. We require those official transcripts and proof of bachelor's degree in a personal statement. Timeline I've kind of mentioned throughout. We do offer some flexibility in that you have up to 5 years upon admission to finish the degree. Most of our students are working full-time while earning their degree. So this allows them to have that flexibility. And I think I'm about out of time, but if you do have further questions, feel free to let me know. We are still taking applications for the fall term, and our fall term begins August 14th. So I will pass this on to my colleagues at Harvard.
Great, thank you. So thank you all so much for joining us today to learn more about our various programs in public health. My name is Lizzie, and I work on the admissions team at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. And our team is really here to be a resource for prospective students, no matter where they are in the admissions process. So not only for today's event, but moving forward as well. So diving right into a little bit about our student body and where we are located, we have just under 1,000 students. And our students join us from nearly 70 countries, which encompasses around 40% of our student body joining us from outside of the US. For students who enroll from within the US, we typically have close to 40 to 45 states represented, so we certainly are a global community, and our students bring a wide variety of geographic perspectives to the classroom. Our students also join us from a really wide variety of academic and professional backgrounds, and these varying viewpoints and voices and perspectives in the classroom is something we as a community really value, and our students really value, and we believe makes for a particularly dynamic learning environment. On the right-hand side of this slide, you'll see an aerial view of our campus. We are located in the city of Boston in the heart of the Longwood Medical Area. Also in the Longwood Medical Area are a lot of the teaching hospitals, Harvard School of Dental Medicine, as well as Harvard Medical School. So definitely an exciting place to be studying public health, and one that offers a lot of robust hands-on learning opportunities. We do like to highlight that we are a separate campus from Harvard College and Harvard Square, which is located in Cambridge, Massachusetts, on the other side of the Charles River. But we are connected communities, and students have access to not only the resources at the School of Public Health, but also to those of Harvard University as well. One unique opportunity to highlight is that our students are able to cross-register for elective courses at other Harvard graduate schools, as well as MIT and Tufts. This is one of the many ways that our students can tailor the curriculum to their interests, and one that a lot of students choose to take advantage of and speak really highly of. We have 5 different degree programs here at the Harvard Chan School. We have the Master of Public Health, Master in Healthcare Management, Master of Science, Doctor of Public Health, and Doctor of Philosophy programs. Our MPH and DRPH programs are considered professional practice-oriented degrees, and our SM and PhD programs are considered research-based. Within our research-based programs, we offer a number of different areas of study that are outlined on this slide, and an applicant must select one particular area of study that they wish to pursue at the time of applying. We also offer a number of different credit options that you'll see, which correlate with length of study and eligibility. So our Master of Science programs range from 1 to 2 years in length if pursued full-time. And eligibility requirements do vary by program, but generally our 1-year programs are designed for students with a prior graduate degree or significant work experience, and our 1.5 and 2-year programs are designed for students who are earlier in their training or careers. Similarly, students must select a specific field of study that they wish to pursue at the time of applying for MPH program. Again, we have 2 tracks available depending on a student's prior level of education and work experience. We do have pretty specific eligibility requirements for MPH programs, so happy to discuss that more in the breakout session, or feel free to reach out if you have any questions about this. We are excited to offer a couple of different MPH fields with online learning components, and that is our MPH and Epidemiology program, which is offered in a blended online on-campus format, and our MPH Generalist program, which is facilitated completely online. The rest of the fields of study that you see on this slide are considered residential programs, so they are based in Boston. Our DRPH program is also a residential program. Unlike our MPH program, a student would not select a specific field of study for this. The DRPH program is an interdisciplinary program focused on leadership, management, communication, and innovative thinking. And it's typically completed in 3 years. So as you can see, we have a lot of different options that allow students to gain specialized expertise in a particular area. So chances are we have an option that aligns with your experiences, interests, and goals. So lastly, I want to just highlight our application process and timeline. We participate in SOFIS for our MPH, SM, MHCM, and DRPH application. Our PhD application is facilitated separately by the Harvard Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. Our application requirements are outlined on this slide. We conduct a whole person file review, so all aspects of your application would be considered during the review process. Applications are reviewed by faculty members in the particular area of study or department that you're applying to. The deadline to apply is December 1st. We do not operate on a rolling basis, so all applications are considered in the context of the applicant pool following that December 1 deadline. We are standardized test optional. There are specific recommendations by program, so definitely feel free to check out our website or join us in the breakout session if you have any specific questions about that. And finally, we know that funding your education is an important factor when considering graduate schools. We do have scholarship opportunities here at the Harvard Chan School for both our master's and doctoral degree programs. There is a separate application for financial aid at the Harvard Chan School that applicants would receive more information about after submitting the SOFIS application. And the deadline to apply for Harvard Chan grants and scholarships is typically in early January. But we certainly encourage all applicants who are applying to financial aid eligible programs to apply for grants and scholarships at the school. And lastly, we are happy to connect. So feel free to join us in the breakout session, send us an email, give us a call if there's anything we can help you with moving forward. Thank you so much for your time. And I am going to pass it over to our colleagues at the University of Louisville.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deepthi, and I'm from University of Louisville. Let me go ahead and share my screen quickly. So University of Louisville, where we are situated, we are in the state of Kentucky. You can see here in the map. We are right in between Indiana and Kentucky, right on the border of Ohio River, on the banks of Ohio River. And I have also listed the way how Louisville is pronounced. Many times people get confused whether it's Louisville, Louisville. So you can literally call it any way which is mentioned here. A little bit about the university. University of Louisville is one of the first city-owned public universities, and we just celebrated our 225th year anniversary last week. So we were established in 1798. We are a research-run doctoral university by the Carnegie Foundation, and we are one of the top producers of Student Fulbright Award in the nation. We were also awarded gold status for 2022-23. This is our second in consecutive row by Military Friendly, which is a program that measures an organization's commitment, effort, and success in creating sustainable and meaningful benefits for the military community. We were named Best of the Best for LGBTQ inclusivity for the 6th time by Campus Pride Index, and we are home to over 23,000 students from across the United States and over 95 countries. Now, at the School of Public Health, we have little over 600 students, including our undergraduate and graduate students. We were also awarded the most beautiful campus in Kentucky. We have 2 main campuses. The School of Public Health Graduate Campus is housed in downtown Louisville, which is also known as the Health Science Campus. Fast fact about the School of Public Health. The original School of Public Health at the university was opened in 1919, but later on in 1923, it was absorbed by the School of Medicine because of the waning enrollment. But later we restarted again in the late 90s. Now, the public health graduate programs that we offer here at the School of Public Health are all accredited by CEPH, which is the Council of Education on Public Health. And all our health administration programs are accredited by CAME, which is the Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Management Education. We offer Masters in Public Health, a traditional public health program with 5 areas of specialization. That includes biostatistics, epidemiology, health policy, health promotion and behavioral sciences, global public health, which focuses on maternal and child health care. We also offer some STEM programs, that is Masters in Biostatistics and Masters in Epidemiology, as well as Masters in Clinical Investigation Sciences. We also offer few dual degree programs for students who are interested both in MPH and MS Health Administration kind of a degree, or for even business related students who are seeking out a dual degree in MBA and MS Health Administration. We offer a few PhD degrees in biostatistics, epidemiology, health management policy, and lastly, the health promotion and behavioral sciences. We also offer a few online programs. The graduate certificate in public health is a great start, where if you are looking to take some program in public health but have not decided yet for MPH, it could be a great head starter. Then we also offer some certificate programs and master's programs online. Most of our programs have practice experience component to it. So for example, the MPH and the MS Health Administration program require students to finish a minimum cumulative working experience of at least 300 hours during the program. This can be done between the first year and the second year. And these are few of the companies where most of our students do their internship in. Admissions requirement. Most of the graduate admissions requirements are similar. For example, for the master's degree, we are asking a recommended GPA of 3 on a scale of 4. If you have credentials from a foreign institution, you will have to go through a credential evaluation that can be done through WES or ECE. That needs to be done course by course. Then we need 2 to 3 letters of recommendations. We have some additional requirements for PhD programs. Since we are running out of time, I would definitely be happy to share all those details in our breakout session, or you can also visit our website mentioned below. Here are a few of our notable alumni who have graduated from the School of Public Health and doing great. Our latest, star is Dr. Natasha DeJarnett. She was recently hired at the White House for the White House Council on Environmental Quality for the year 2023-24. Tuition rates, these are our tuition rates. Again, you can visit our website and look for more information. We also offer resident tuition fee to students coming from 7 neighboring states of Kentucky. So if you are in Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, feel free to talk to me about our in-state tuition. We also offer university fellowships, assistantships, and various research grants and travel grants. We are also, recently received the HRSA grant, which is the Human Resources Service Administration grant for public health scholarships. So come to our breakout room and we can talk more about all these funding opportunities. Few pictures of our campus. Again, we are running out of time. So I will finish here and hand it over to my colleague, Dan at University of Minnesota. Thank you.
All right. Hopefully everybody can see my slides and hear me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank you for taking the time to learn about all of our programs. I'm going to take a little bit of time here to tell you about the University of Minnesota School of Public Health. The University of Minnesota system consists of 5 campuses across the state of Minnesota, and the School of Public Health is located at the flagship Twin Cities campus in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Nestled around the scenic Mississippi River, the Minneapolis campus sits under the shadow of a sparkling downtown skyline. And the nearby St. Paul campus is home to rolling green spaces and historic architecture. Minnesota's diverse climate, ecosystems, and large immigrant and indigenous populations provide a rich and meaningful environment for public health learning and practice. When it comes to working with communities, we have long embraced the notion of engagement rather than outreach, knowing that we have just as much to learn from our communities as they have to gain from us, and that real strength comes from true partnerships. Our heritage of hard work and resourcefulness continues to fuel creativity and problem-solving mentality. As the birthplace of HMOs and home to many of the nation's top healthcare organizations and medical device innovators, there is a natural underlying current of health awareness and action across the state. The state of Minnesota strives to put health at the forefront of all decisions. Our work emphasizes a multidisciplinary, multidimensional approach to public health. A long and close partnership with the state health department, considered to be one of the best in the country, gives our students on-the-ground experience and allows our faculty to work with colleagues in the field. So the best way to show you our programs and describe our identity is through our divisions. And so the Division of Epidemiology and Community Health focuses on disease and health in various populations. Our faculty and students examine the distribution, cause, and prevention of diseases and how human behavior affects overall health. In the Division of Health Policy and Management, students will learn from faculty who are reshaping and improving the rapidly changing healthcare environment, from influencing access to care to determining how a healthcare system is structured. Policy and leadership play a strong role in public health, and programs in this division will prepare you to be a leader in this field. In the Division of Environmental Health Sciences, they focus on environmental and occupational health concerns, from investigating hazards in our environment to establishing the basis for public health policy. And then finally, in the Division of Biostatistics, this division focuses on the development of statistical methods for biomedical research. Through this division, we collaborate with university research partners on projects involving HIV/AIDS, heart and lung disease, cancer, neuroimaging, and many other clinical disciplines. New to the Division of Biostatistics is our Public Health Data Science Masters of Public Health. This program will equip students with the data management, manipulation, analysis, and communication skills that will allow them to contribute to designing, understanding, and implementing public health efforts in the future. And finally, the GRE is not considered as part of the admissions evaluation process for any of our master's or doctoral programs. So not only not optional, it's not considered or evaluated in that process. So if you have taken the GRE or other standardized exams, they will be redacted from the application. And I hope you'll stop by my breakout room, so I can learn more about you and how Minnesota can be a good fit for you and your goals, and how we can support you in getting there. I think I'm handing it back off to Alicia.
You are. Thank you, Dan. And thank you everyone else for all of your great presentations today. I see some of you have left some questions in the chat. So I'm just gonna bring in our presenters so then we can ask those questions and hopefully get y'all some answers. I did see that I saw that quite a few were asking about backgrounds and if they would need any extra master's degree or certain training. So someone, I think, put it pretty simply and wrapped it all up with the question, what are you seeking in an applicant? I don't know if anyone has a answer they want to get started with. What is a public health applicant?
I have a question.
I'm not sure who that is, but we're going to actually start with the Q&A box. So if you want to add your question in there, we'll get to it if we have enough time. Okay, does anyone want to start with what a good public health applicant is for your institution?
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in for Columbia. So I think what really makes a strong applicant is someone who has thought through why this degree or why the program they're applying to is going to benefit their long-term goals, whether it's academically or career-oriented. You really want to provide some clarity as to why you're applying to this graduate degree. It's the next step in your education, especially if you're coming from your bachelor's, or even if you're applying to a doctoral program, right? Why are you looking to advance your knowledge and your training in this field? So I think being able to do that through your statement of purpose, through any additional questions that you might have to answer, depending on the schools that you're applying to, really being able to be clear, concise, and demonstrate how you've prepared yourself for this point, whether it's through, volunteer work or part-time work, your academics. The clearer you can be, the stronger your application will be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also going off of that, if I can just add a little bit more, is, we want to pretty much get to know you as well as an applicant. We want to know what makes you interested in public health, but also we want to know how our program or programs can help you or support you in your journey of public health, right? So, for example, at Cornell, we have collaborators from around the world. We have the WHO, we have Pfizer, we have consultant firms, but also community outreach organizations, right? So, is it more that you want to do community, public health advocacy? Is it that you want to do more of, go into the realm of epidemiology profiles with the big needs, or build community health assessments? Right now, we the challenges that we're facing in the public health field, they really are or stem from a sustainability standpoint, an equity standpoint, and healthcare access, right? And we can see what's going on in the U.S. with the Colorado River, what's going on with the wildfires, emergency preparedness and response, droughts, in the Middle East. Equity challenges in South America. So what area of public health do you want to tackle, and how we can prepare you for that, right? So I'll stop there.
Thank you. Anyone else have anything they want to call out specifically?
I would just add, I support all of the sentiments that were shared, because I think it makes a well-rounded student. And then also, I'd be remiss to share that some programs do have specific prerequisites. So making sure that you're checking with each of the programs, because that's sometimes can be the minimum requirement, is getting those prerequisites for your specific program. As I mentioned, from a number of our schools, you're applying not only to the Master's of Public Health degree, but to the specific program area of study. And so each of those programs, like at the University of Minnesota, may have slightly different prerequisite requirements. It could be very specific course requirements, or it could be experiential requirements as well. So students can come with a lot of great passion and commitment as well, but then there's also sometimes very hardline expectations in coursework and experience that you need to make sure you have. So make sure you're checking with each of the schools too for that.
Thank you for bringing that up, Dan. That's a very, very important point. So I'm glad that's out there. We also got some questions specifically about degrees. We have people from various different backgrounds mentioning that they have one degree or they've had experience in something else. Is there a specific background that's very popular in your programs, or is there one that might be helpful? I'm getting the sense that it kind of depends on the program based on your answers, if that sounds about right. Yeah, okay. We also got some questions about STEM programs. There were two for specific schools. So one was if the MHA at Columbia is a STEM program, and the other was if Cornell's MPH is a STEM program. So I don't know if you guys want to answer that, or if anyone else has any context for that question that might be helpful.
So yeah, our program is STEM eligible, so it provides you with the OPT extension if you so want it for 24 months after graduating. And we also have the global office here at Cornell to help you with the application process for that. And also we have companies that we connect with that sponsor H-1B visas and can help you with the OPT process as well.
Thank you. And really quickly, I did see that someone in the chat mentioned that they were going to have to hop off. So if our presenters wouldn't mind putting some contact information in the chat for anyone who's not going to be able to make it to the breakout room, so they can reach out with any questions. And so we did get a question asking if understanding AI technology will help in applying for the MPH at Harvard.
Sure, I can touch on that. So I'm assuming that this person is coming in with some type of AI experience or knowledge and is wondering how that might help with their application. So if you are considering the MPH program at Harvard, we do have a work experience requirement. For our 65 credit program, which is 1.5 years, it's a bachelor's degree and at least 2 years of full-time work experience. And for our 45 credit program, it's either a prior grad degree or at least a bachelor's and 5 years of full-time work experience. So if your work experience is in AI, that's fantastic. I think kind of echoing what we were talking about when talking about strong applications, the most important thing would be articulating in your application, kind of applying that experience, applying the public health kind of lens to that experience and how that has motivated you to apply to the program, to the field of study that you're applying to, and how the program will help you moving forward. If this person has more specific questions or was coming at it from a different angle, please don't hesitate to send me a chat or join us in the breakout room and we can discuss further.
Great. So this is a question on the other end. So after graduating, what are some job prospects for a medical doctor doing MPH in governing bodies of healthcare? Or I guess there are some other career options also that might count MPH or other programs. I know, lots of options.
I'll jump in. So at Dartmouth, we do have our very own career services manager that is specific for our MPH students, but also at Dartmouth, you can access any sort of career services available on campus, both as a student and as an alum. But I think the biggest takeaway is if you know what you want to do, be sure that you're clearly communicating that. And if you don't know what you want to do, but you know this is a field you want to be in, that is also okay. And feel confident when you are communicating with that, because there are so many resources at any school that you attend that will help you kind of navigate that. And so if you have a very specific goal where you want to be, there will be a professional there to help you kind of figure out those next steps. And if you know that this is just work that you want to do, they'll kind of start to help you narrow your scope, and then you can take that next step as far as timelines.
So I actually just saw a question in the chat, which I think a lot of people are going to want the answer to, which is what kind of resources are available to support graduate students' mental health and well-being, and what kind of support does the university provide in terms of housing and transportation? So I'm sure a variety of answers in there, but if anyone wants to just give some quick answers to that.
So I can answer that for University of Louisville. Here we have a lot of community engagement programs as well as student engagement programs, which helps our students, especially if you're an international student and looking for information or looking for organizations to help you not only with your classes, but also maybe outside class. So we also do a lot of sessions, counseling sessions for students if they are struggling with studies, or even if they're struggling out of the classroom for maybe finding a housing accommodation or maybe not able to cope up with the social life here. So there are a lot of engagement opportunities provided, and everything is free for our students, all our students, staff, and faculty. So if you're someone who really needs that help, our advice would be definitely to go out and do that outreach and talk to those people. Another best thing that I would like to highlight is we have a student-run organization here at the University of Louisville, which we also call as OSS, which is basically an organization which will help you from airport pickup, finding you an accommodation for a few days if you're coming here to town for the first time and trying to figure out where you want to stay after coming here, or even if you want help, opening a bank account, or maybe trying to find out where you can buy groceries from. So those kind of engagement opportunities are available. Most of the time, students don't go out, don't realize, don't talk to each other, and sometimes they don't know facilities are available. So my advice would be, whenever you join any university, make sure that you are listed for newsletters or listed for organizations, student organizations, so that you keep on getting all that information on time.
I can jump in on behalf of Des Moines University. So we are an online program. However, we really utilize that one-on-one advising experience for you. So if you are struggling in any way, your advisor would be a good first point of contact. And we still do offer resources to our online students in a virtual capacity. So there is help there, but as far as residential and transportation, that wouldn't apply, since you are able to live anywhere you would like to complete the program.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I can just add on, since, we are a bit of an outlier in a really large city. So, there is community here. We have over 26 student organizations, student-led organizations, and about 150 student leaders. So there really is an active community here on campus. We also do work throughout the Washington Heights neighborhood. If most of you are not familiar with where we are in New York, that's not a problem. There is housing available. Housing does come with meal plans, but you're also able to use their assistance program and look at other, other housing options throughout New York City and some of the other boroughs. We also have a complimentary campus shuttle. So if you were thinking of living closer to Morningside Heights, right down in the 1-teens, there is a shuttle to bring you up to the medical center campus. You can save some costs there by not having to get an MTA card potentially. We also have a really nice network of students who are open to having the conversations and kind of share their stories on how they navigated housing and the city more generally. Students have Discord pages and Slack pages where they are meeting up to take advantage of some of the events that we have happening around the city, right? Even off campus. So community is there. You just gotta look for it. And we absolutely make that accessible to our students.
Thank you. Those are very helpful answers. So we do have 2 questions related to the application again. One is, if the GRE is optional, is preference given to those who submit their scores? And a kind of not similar, but also about the application process, is it all right for people to apply while still finishing their MPH for a PhD program, for example? We got a 2-parter.
Yes, sorry. Yes, it is totally fine for students to apply for their PhD while they're completing their MPH. It becomes easier when you're in the same institution, but yes, if you're coming from a different institution, then you would have to provide kind of a timeline when you will be finishing your degree and when you will be getting your transcripts. So I can speak about us. For example, we do a provisional admit or acceptance for students. So we mentioned that on their acceptance letter that we accept you for the PhD, provided we have the final transcript by so-and-so date.
Elizabeth, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on the GREs. So preference is not given to those who do submit GRE scores. For Columbia, we are going to ask that you answer 2 short essay questions, one identifying your quantitative experiences and a second asking about your writing abilities. So this is what the GRE would have evaluated and how our committee would have included that in your holistic review. However, these questions are going to supplement that. So if you are low in quantitative experience and you're applying to a quantitative heavy program like biostatistics or epidemiology, a GRE could be really beneficial, right? So that you are able to demonstrate those skills and your ability to be successful in those classes.
I'll just jump in. I want to say, and I think hopefully this has been a key takeaway from this presentation, but every program has their own requirements and how they're going to look at these different things and their recommendations for who writes your letters of recommendation and how they evaluate GRE scores, or if they don't evaluate GRE scores. So please just take a time. You're all being very proactive now by joining us today. Take some time, find the programs you like, and then really dig into what their admissions requirements are.
Absolutely. Yes, I think that is a very important part of the success of your application, is just reading the fine print, so they say. And just a note on what Deepthi mentioned is actually, if you're applying through SOFUS, there is a period called academic update during the summer where you can update your transcripts and provide any grades you got in that last semester after you've most likely already applied to a program as well. All right, so I don't know if anyone else wanted to mention anything about the GRE scores or how your school looks at them. All right, well, we do have a specific question that we can get to quickly, which is, are there any joint JD MPH programs available for fall 2023? I don't know if you guys know off the top of your head. I know some of those application things are still being ironed out right now, but is that something that you all offer? No.
At the University of Minnesota, we do have dual degrees with our MPH degree programs with a number of other degrees across the University of Minnesota, so including Vet Med, the MD, JD, and human rights MPH. So there are options. The degree would be, the MPH would be done through our public health practice focus area. So it'd be a combination with them, but obviously with, at this point, I shouldn't say obviously, but part of the process is that you have to follow the application process for the other programs. So, you know, if you're doing the JD MPH, you're going to need to work with the law school and their application process timeline and things like that. And so once you are admitted to both programs, then you will be coordinating the dual degree component of it. So I don't know if that's the question you're asking, but that's the process that we would have with our dual degrees. And one of the benefits of a large university that has so many graduate programs is to be able to take advantage of that.
Oh. And we have only a few minutes left, so then I'll ask, any suggestions for folks who are applying to an MPH with about 1 year of part-time experience? I know we kind of touched on that in the beginning, but I don't know if you have anything that might be helpful to that applicant. Great. Yeah, I think it really depends on what the program's application requirements are going to be. It depends on if it's going to be like a epidemiology or a biostats or a public policy, and what that 1 year experience obviously is. If it's the more related to the program, the more likely you are to have great success. But I definitely do recommend either talking in the breakout rooms about this or just reaching out via email to admissions officers and just kind of getting their feel for what they really are looking for in that program for an applicant. I think that would be very helpful. Okay. I'll give a few seconds. Oh, I just got a question of, is there a degree of MPH with international field exposure?
So we do offer an MPH degree with global health as an area of specialization, and it focuses on maternal and child health care. So it focuses on global health as well. And apart from that, we have a specialization called health promotion and behavioral sciences. So students from this program, we have seen in the last couple of years, they do international outreach as well. So they go in Asian countries or in countries around Africa, and they have done a lot of projects there. So we have also faculties who are working at international level right now. So that gives a lot of exposure to our students who are looking for international exposure.
Thank you. Anyone else? I think, Dan, I think you mentioned having a kind of global perspective. I don't know if you have anything specific.
Did you say me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
No,
yeah, I mean, for our applied practice opportunities, we have students that do their applied practice experiences internationally. And we also have a couple small programs in places like the Dominican, for instance. And so those are smaller experiences, a couple weeks, maybe over the summer, over the course of the term, but we don't have any formalized like study abroad or international semesters or anything like that, because 2 years in the program is very short. So we want to capitalize on the time that we have you on campus or within our school. But there are definitely international opportunities with that. And then these kind of smaller one-off visits, I should say. If that answers your question.
Thank you. I'll give a second. Oh, go ahead.
And yeah, no, and also, so we don't have like a specific concentration for like global health, but we do have like global, I guess, study abroad opportunities with our students. So when you do your APE, your applied learning experience, that could be abroad. So we've got students go to Cambodia to analyze fisheries and how the food supply can, affect the emergence of new infectious diseases because of unsustainable harvest of wildlife. Or we have students going to China to work with Pfizer to get into really heavy consulting. And those are summer experience. So that would be during the summer where you would do that. We have students going to South America to work on public health advocacy. So we really can work with you. Cornell has a network of many, many, many different organizations globally that you can partner with. And we can, let's say that you don't have the financial capacity to move there for the summer, to the location that you want. We do have funds set aside to help you relocate for the summer. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me more about those.
Great. Well, thank you to all of our presenters. I do see a lot more questions in the chat and in the Q&A, but we're going to actually start our breakout rooms. So my colleague Anthony is going to go ahead and open those rooms up. And I'm going to give our presenters a little bit of time to hop in there, get prepared. But while they are doing that, I will go ahead and share my screen for a second and just share our upcoming events that we're having. We're going to have another event with some other schools on this Thursday on April 20th. We're also going to have some more on April 25th, April 27th, and May 2nd for the spring. And you can always visit tiph.co/tiph events. And we'll always have our upcoming events there for you all to see what's up. We have virtual events. We also have in-person events coming up this fall. So I do hope to see you all there. Please feel free to join the breakout rooms, ask your questions to our great presenters today. And of course, let me know if you're having any issues getting into the breakout rooms. Thanks so much.